I wanted to make a quick video to show the bed frame that I've created, and this allows the bed to raise vertically up to the ceiling, so that you don't have to make the bed, but then you can still get it out of the way if you use the back door or any of the space that's otherwise wasted under the bed. And so I'll go through how this works. But basically there's two winches, one on each side of the bed, that pulls the bed up through cables and is controlled by these switches here. The frame is welded out of tube steel. The rails that it follows are Unistrut, which you can get at the hardware store, and then the rest of the stuff came from local places. And the only issue that I've got with the bed that I still am working through is the fact that the cable, you've got kind of a loop that the cable is the bed is suspended from. You can, I don't know if that shows up. It's not entirely stable front to back. So right now I've got some clamps that I set at the desired height, just to keep it from moving. But I think what I'm going to do is come up with a brake or a clamp to clamp the cable, because what happens is this cable slides between the two pulleys and allows it to wobble. The advantage is that you can level the bed front to back. The disadvantage is it's kind of obnoxious. So I'm going to show you how this works, and the winches are kind of special. I bodged those with some Harbor Freight and Walmart pieces, and I'll talk about how I did that. So check it out. I've doubled the speed at this point to keep things from being too boring. It's definitely not the fastest lift in the world. And then at this point you can see how the back of the frame tends to rise quicker than the front due to the friction in the pulleys, which is a little annoying, but not the end of the world. So you kind of have to help it along. So here is one of the two winches that I created for my bed lift, and it consists of a Harbor Freight worm gear winch, which normally has a hand crank, and then a $18 cordless drill from Walmart. What I have done is create a new shaft that has a coupling built into it, but you could probably get away with just using an off-the-shelf coupling to tie the existing shaft to the shaft of the drill motor after you've removed the chuck. And then there are two automotive relays. One has each end of the so you've got one's tied to one side of the motor and one's tied to the other side of the motor, and the normally closed is grounded, and then the normally open is tied to 12 volts. So when you pick this relay, current goes through one way. If you pick this relay, current goes through the other way, and it allows you to reverse the motor. And then from there, the cable goes up. This is the Unistrut rail, and then there's pulleys on, here we go, each end of the bed frame. So on the control side, I've got 2 switches, one for each motor, and then these are, you really only need a single pole double throw, and so this applies power to either the up relay or the down relay. And then there's one for each motor, so you can level the bed. I also have a thermo fuse there, 5 amps for the relays, just in case, to protect the small gauge wire I'm using. And that's the electrical setup.